Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I have a pretty special video for you guys. I had the really cool opportunity to play in the YFC Macomb Open in the intermediate division. And yeah, let's just jump into it. So this is round 2, starting on hole 7, which is a par 3. Basically, you just want to get a sidearm or a turnover shot down into these trees, and then have a nice look at a birdie. I bogeyed this in round 1, and I'm looking to do better this time. I have my champion Mamba, and I'm just putting in a little bit of anhyzer, throwing it pretty light, hoping it holds the anhyzer line and kind of flexes out towards the end. I catch a little bit of foliage and it kind of skips away, but I find myself in this position, which is by far the best position I've gotten on this hole ever, and I make the putt. So it's a good confidence boosting birdie to start off my round. Hole 8, par 3, 324 feet. Basically, you have a couple of different lines. My play is to go wide hyzer, but people can go up the middle. You can do a backhand turnover or sidearm. I'm sure you could even get a roller or a thumber play. So basically just trying to get to about 20-25 feet and make a putt. This is my Thunderbird. And we actually lost the footage, or yeah, we didn't get the footage for the next 2 shots, but I did par this hole. And going on to hole 9, par 3, 360 feet. Kind of uphill. Watch out for that wire that kind of goes over the sidewalk. Just make sure you get a disc high enough and that it hyzers back towards the basket, which is just coming into view on the left side here. Basically, if you land right about here, that's a great shot. If you're anywhere in circle 1, that's just an outstanding drive. This is a bonus 2 if you can get it. So, again, this is my Thunderbird, just trying to really rip on it. And I get probably to about edge of circle 2, maybe 50 feet away. Really good spot to be in. Let's see if I can make this putt. And no, I made some big circle 2 putts in round 1. Unfortunately, that was not one of them, and I'll tap out for my 3, but no harm, no foul. No one took it 2. Alright, here we are on hole 10. It's a par 3, 430 feet. You got some weird low-hanging ceiling stuff. A lot of plays you'll see a low backhand through the right side. I was introduced to a line that was an over-the-top anhyzer that kind of lands by the stump, if you get it right. So I tried it in round 1 with the boss. It flexed out a little too much, so I'm just going a touch more understable with a slightly beat up disc. Yep. This is my R-Pro Wahoo, which I keep for water shots mostly, but giving it a rip here and I nail my line. And you may be able to see here down by the basket that it almost parks itself, but it rolls away towards about
like if I
50 feet away, and this is where it gets exciting.
Yeah,
so it is super windy today. This is the first time the wind really comes into play. Give it a good run. Should sit, but it doesn't. It rolls all the way down to this little ditch, and that's unfortunate. Now I actually think the official score is 1 off. I think they gave me 1 score better than I actually did, which is kind of sad, but it doesn't really change where I placed in this tournament. So the official scoring had me at a 5, but as I was counting the shots, I realized that I had 6. So a little bit unfortunate, but you know, I put myself in contention for it, and I just missed some shots. So hole 11 is a real fun one, probably one of the signature holes. Par 3, 300 feet. You have to go through this densely wooded area. Basically, the right side has the most gap. This is just the fairway I'm walking down. if you can hyzer out before this bush, you're going to be about 45 feet away. It's a good place to land. Really hard to 2, really easy to 5. So this is my Star Manta, stable disc, and I lace that gap. That hyzers out perfectly, gives me an edge of circle look for the birdie. I am coming off of that 5 putt or 4 putt on the previous hole. So I'm just trying to play it safe, and it's a little too safe, but it's an easy 3, and people were taking 4s and 5s, so I'm happy with that. Hole 12 is par 3, 332 feet. You're thrown downhill over these trees. The basket is kind of on the right side here. It's probably just now coming into view on the hill. You see a lot of sidearms on this one. A roller is a possible play, a backhand roller, maybe even a wide hyzer around the right side. I like to go a backhand turnover over the trees. I'm throwing my R2F9 just as high as I can, as much anhyzer as I can, and as hard as I can. Just basically let it fade down. Like it'll drop out of the sky, and it won't get me out of bounds, which a lot of the other discs were. So that it puts me about edge of circle 2, maybe 50, 45 feet. I can't really tell from this shot. Again, another one of those shots where I'm trying to get it in, but I can't, and actually gave myself a little bit more than I wanted. Here you can see Jake Martin tapping out. He's very upset. He missed some big putts. I tap mine in and go on to the next hole with a 3. Hole 13 is a par 3, 301 feet. You have 2 main lines. The backhand hyzer is really tempting, but you got a lot of trees to miss. I like to go sidearm or turnover through the left gap, which you did not see as I was walking this fairway. It's another one that you want to get it to, but you're fine if you get a 3. This is my TL3, Star TL3. It's a little bit understable.
Great shot, man.
Trying to get it up there. Come up a little short. Left with this 46-footer. That was oddly specific, but again, these are putts that I need to be making if I want to be doing better. Little step putt, but gets me close. No roll away this time. Leaves me about 15 feet. Put it in the basket. Feeling good about that putt, but wish I could have gotten better. Hole 14 was changed to a par 4 during after the tournament. It was played as a par 3, but because of the way scoring was going on, they changed the scores after the results. So it is a par 4. Basically, if you could get a driver up the middle and kind of get some turn and flex out of it, that's the best shot. With how windy it was today, I just really wanted to play it safe, especially since I went over the highway on the right, way OB, round 1, ended up picking a 6 up. This is my Star Ape. You can't really see it that well, but it kind of hyzers out a little much, kind of to the fairway of hole 13. You can see the group behind us, kind of holding them up a little bit. This is my Cayman. I don't really have that much. I really need to hit that gap, but I also hit that bush. So edge of circle 2. Again, one of these circle 2 looks for birdie that I need to be making, and this was actually a pretty good run considering the wind, and I was trying to read the wind and give it a chance. But I'm okay with the par, especially now that I know that it's a par. Hole 15 is a similar situation. It used to be a par 3, but they changed it to a par 4 after the tournament. 490 feet, wide open shot. You want to get something as far down the fairway as you can. But with the wind we had, which was kind of a head, left to right, or right to left wind, I mean, you really don't want to turn something over because it won't come back. So I decided to go ape again. Just get up as far as I can. The left side is kind of the safest play. Just make this gap, I did that. I'm happy with that. The headwind release kept the ape straight for longer than I can usually get the ape, so I was happy with that. This is from about 100 feet. R-Pro Rhino, giving it a soft bid, but also just wanting it to get close. And so this I thought was a par, but it's a birdie, so super stoked about that. Kind of trying to erase that double bogey, and that is the end of this front nine. So stick around for the next video and we'll get the back nine. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.